Well, a fine good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Mahoney County Board of Elections. It's about 7 minutes past 6. It's Monday, May the 3rd. This meeting is called to order. The director, please call the roll.
Mr. Monroe.
Here.
Ms. Barger.
Here.
Mr. Wasco.
Here.
Mr. Beatrice.
Here. And before we begin, if we could just take a moment of silence and reflection for the many blessings of liberty and freedom that we enjoy here in the United States of America. And if you'd all rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Is there a motion to suspend the rules and approve the minutes as presented without reading?
Yes.
Motion by Ms. Barger, second by Mr. Beatrice.
Yes.
Any discussion? Director, call the roll.
Mr. Monroe.
Yes.
Ms. Barger.
Yes.
Mr. Wasco.
Yes.
Mr. Beatrice.
Yes.
And we've got some office bills that require payment from the period November 2020 through April 2021. Wow, that's a,
Yes, it is. Finally rounded the corner, I think. We're almost there. And then we also have budget in front of you. We've used 36% of our budget for this year so far, which is not bad considering it's an election and considering we were paying things off from last year. So this is basically, by the next meeting, well, maybe not tomorrow's meeting, but by the next month, we should be completely caught up and online with everything.
Beautiful.
Yep. We're very happy to get that all done. Been a project.
I can well imagine, Joyce. Are there any questions or comments regarding the bills that have been
I
presented?
make a motion that we pay them?
There's a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Director, call the roll.
Mr. Monroe.
Yes.
Ms. Barger.
Yes.
Mr. Wasco.
Yes.
Mr. Beatrice.
Yes.
Motion carries. Under Chairman's report, I note that this is election eve, primary, 2021. I know it's been kind of a quiet year so far, but all elections are important,
They are.
and there are always lots of details to attend to. So I'm anxious to hear how we're doing, Joyce.
Well, we
If any-
prepared for the election just like we always have. Everything is ready to go. It's very low voter turnout. We only have 2,609 absentees so far.
What's that number again?
2,609
Absentees.
absentees. Quite half of those are strikers. So I'm just saying, so we are, we're out in the field. We've got everything in line. We have all poll workers lined up. We don't have any vacancies, not going to wait this time. Basically, we're just going to conduct the election the way we would have any other election.
Now, when you say absentees, I assume that includes in-person
That includes in-person.
in-person
yes.
office.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, very disheartening.
I can't remember last time it was that low.
It usually never is. Even in the previous election in 19, we had the council, and when the council's on the ballot, it does make it more
Yeah.
interesting. But it's just the mayor this time, it's a write-in for president of council, so it's,
Yeah.
it hasn't generated a lot of, people with the
So
right.
most of it's from coming out of Struthers, huh?
Yeah, well, they have a fourth ward, they have 3 elected in the delegate at large, or council at large. So there's 4 running. Wait, on my printer, it's Independence file this time, I'm sorry. On the big one. So we did have Independence files today, and filed the other day for mayor, Youngstown. And I think maybe president of council, I'm not sure. There's one for president of council. I didn't have a chance to look at the list yet, but I did print it off for you.
And we'll consider that certification later.
Well, we can't certify, I just want you to see. who-
Right,
who we
thank
have,
you.
Because we have to check the, Independents? Yes, these are the independents. Thank you.
Joyce, I assume your comments are just the beginning of the director's report.
No, that's the end of it. I have nothing else to report. Tom is
What do you and Tom predict the total turnover
I think it's gonna be like 15%, maybe 16.
of these areas?
In the.
You mean, of the people that can vote? Because you only have races in Camel.
Oh, these are the independents who are running.
Oh, I
Who
see.
just,
This is the primary,
yeah, this
I
is
mean,
the,
general.
General.
yeah, this is for the general election, yes.
So
So,
under, on the agenda, under director's report, there are two moral
Yes.
obligations to
there are two
consider.
moral obligations. One is ES&S for, it's the activation cards that we use for Chris setting up the ballots for the precincts. And we're very lucky that we have Chris to do that, but they do charge us for the activation cards. And that wasn't paid in the last election. And this is to approve a moral for the agreement with our copiers for Lake Business. So we never get into the mess we were in with Lake this last time. We have the agreement done and ready to go, and it'll be for 2 years.
Okay. The first one, is there a motion to approve the payment of the invoice to ES&S for $1,077.60 for activation cards?
I so moved.
I'll second.
There's a motion, there's a second, any discussion? Director call the roll?
Mr. Monroe?
Yes.
Mrs. Barber?
Yes.
Mr. Waster?
Yes.
Mr. Beatrice?
Yes.
And then the second item, these are obligations to enter into contracts
Yes.
for maintenance agreements?
Yes, the contract was never approved in 2019, so this carries through to the end of 2021 for the prices we're getting for the copiers and our maintenance agreements.
Okay.
So I guess my question would be, are we gonna be back billed for the maintenance agreement to 19?
No. No. No, we paid that.
Okay.
Is there a motion to approve these agreements with Lake Business Products?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Director call
I
the roll?
just
Oh, sorry,
want to
Dave.
ask one question.
Go ahead.
So, I mean, through the end of 2021, we don't do a PO on that, we just put it in as,
We have to have the maintenance agreement to get our toner and get the things that we have to do. The maintenance agreement was never, a PO was entered for it, it was never activated, it was never done. So I've been dealing with the people at Lake, and we got it worked out where we paid the back fees for the copies we made, but they didn't really charge us for the maintenance, they let us ride with the maintenance agreement. So we have to get this in place for this year, and then we'll enter into another one in 2022 for the 2 years.
okay, sounds good.
There was a motion, there was a second, any other discussion? Director call the roll?
Mr. Monroe?
Yes.
Mrs. Barber?
Yes.
Mr. Waster?
Yes.
Mr. Beatrice?
Yes.
Under unfinished business, is there a motion to go into an executive session
I
this
so
evening?
moved.
For the purpose of considering personnel matters, including the possible hiring or discipline or compensation of a public employee.
That's correct.
There's a motion, is there a second?
Yes.
Motion by Mrs. Barker.
Second, Mrs. Martin.
Yes.
Director call the roll?
Mr. Monroe?
Yes.
Mrs. Barber?
Yes.
Mr. Waster?
Yes.
Mr. Beatrice?
Yes.
And,
Thank you.
thank
I
you.
make a motion, we come out of executive session?
I'll second that.
Director call the roll?
Mr. Waster?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Monroe. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
I was looking right at you, Bobby. Mrs. Barber?
Yes.
Mr. Waster?
Yes.
Mr. Beatrice?
Yes.
While we're meeting in executive session, we met to consider the compensation for the director and deputy director here at the Mahoney County Board of Elections. Is there a motion?
I move that we take their current salary to, stupid mask. We take their current salary of $73,142.68 to $81,200.
That is the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Discussion?
I want to discuss it.
Mr. Beatrice?
Just for the record, our county has repeatedly been on the cutting edge of innovation in elections. Joyce and Tom brought in $800,000 in a grant that they didn't have to hire a grant writer for. Joyce, at some times, I love her dearly, but at some point, I think within the next year or two or whatever, Joyce is going to move on and we have to pay a competitive wage. Elections are so under scrutiny that I think we pay for talent. We are a model board, and this is a model director and assistant director. I have no problem defending this. We commissioned a study, and it just takes them to where they are in comparison with other counties our size. And so I think it's fair and reasonable to make that jump.
Anything else? There's a motion, there's a second. Director, call the roll.
Mr. Monroe?
Yes.
Mrs. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Wasko?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good, motion carries. Is there any other unfinished business to consider this evening?
I have a question, Joyce. On this sheet that we passed out,
Mhm.
so like, for the Camel mayor, is this person gonna be a write-in or run as a,
It's
because they have a different
independent.
system, there's only one person running
Yes.
for mayor? The
There's,
mayor?
there'll be two, but we won't have to have a primary in September, because to have a primary, you have to have three. So it's.
So this goes right to the
This
general?
goes right to the general, correct.
I see, because,
Yeah, there were three in the race, but there's only two in the race.
so, but where's the other person's name? They were on the list before,
There's
right?
no deadline coming up for Camel. Camel has it September.
Yeah,
So this is not the deadline?
Right.
From what I
Okay.
understand, it's gonna be Brian Fresco, but I'm not
It
sure.
only took 18 years.
Yeah. It's okay.
Remember, Camel is special. Bob.
Camel is special,
They've
yes.
got their own
It always
charter, they've got their own primary, they've got their own deadlines.
Right.
Yes, they should.
We'll be hearing more about Camel as we get closer to the fall.
Okay.
Is there any new business to consider this?
Yes, there is. Nicole Hardy, who has been filming our meetings and putting it on the internet immediately, putting on our site. She has been doing this for free, but I would like to put her under contract, and it would be a flat fee for the year. That's what she has submitted to us. We were doing it ourselves, but it became cumbersome because we had to convert the video and do everything. She does it the night that we do it. You know what I mean? It's on the next day. So I just would like to have a motion to, hire her to do our video and for the board minutes.
And how much is that?
What is it, Nicole, 2,000 and something?
Yeah, it's close to 29 for the
29.
15, it's
For the entire
15,
year.
Oh,
I think it's 15 or 17 meetings
Right,
for the
17
29.
Yes.
I move that we pay the $2,900 for the videographer to get it up on their website as soon as possible.
It is on, like I said, the next day. It's very, very fast. We had to go through a lot of stuff with downtown for them to switch over the day. I mean, it just did not work out well. So she does an excellent job.
Thank you.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Discussion? Director, call the roll?
Mr. Monroe,
Yes.
Mrs. Barker,
Yes.
Mr. Wasko,
Yes.
Mr. Beatrice.
Yes.
Motion carries. Any board communications to report?
None, Mr. Chairman.
Anything for the good of the order, any public comment this evening? If not, this board will stand in recess, and we will adjourn by agenda tomorrow night with the close of the complete and unofficial election results.
What time do you want us here, Mark?
Probably around 6:30 or so.
Do you think we'll have a resolution for it, Tom?
We don't have any yet. We ran 1,500 ballots today. We don't have any for the resolution board yet.
The members should stand by. If there's a need to reconvene, we'll let you know tomorrow morning. But I would say,
that 1,500 you ran, was that everything that was in?
Almost, there's some
See,
strategy
that means
now.
there's almost 1,000 that haven't been returned yet. Wow,
Uh,
wow.
But I would try to be here by maybe 6:30, the latest thereabouts. Any other business? No? If not, we will stand in recess.
Thank you, board members. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Joyce.
Thank you.